As I'm sure we all agree, it has been a privilege to have this tiny, tenacious woman to call Mom for all of our lives thus far. She'll say she wasn't perfect, but she was perfect for us. God took what she gave and used it to mold us. I'm so thankful for her faith in Jesus, which was concrete and the center of her life. She would always pray for God to put his angels around whomever, whatever. Like, Jesus, send your angels to help them get the washer up the stairs or something. And I used to laugh, but now I do it too, because I saw how it worked. It does work. She prayed for her children and grandchildren every day. Who can say the harm that we have been spared because of her? I will miss knowing that she's praying for me. She made friends easily wherever she went, but of late, especially in the many libraries that she frequented. When I told them that she passed, our local librarian began to weep. Everyone said she was special. She wanted very much to go down to Florida in September. I think we both felt that her time on earth was ending. With her swallowing problems, I knew that even a bad cold could be too much for her. We believe God allowed her to make the trip when she was in good health, and that he orchestrated all the details surprisingly beautifully. We were rejoicing on the way home, but then she seemed to have a change. It seemed like she had done the final thing and was packing her bags mentally to go to be with Jesus. She was so very careful to tell me how much she appreciated George and I. She smiled more, and I felt such a sense of her worth that sometimes gets lost when we live in close proximity to one another. She told me she was ready to go. I reminded her that she had asked God to leave her here long enough to help me with both of my hip surgeries. At 91, she wanted to take care of me, and he did leave her. I hope I thanked her, but over our lifetimes, I know for a fact that I shorted her of many, many thanks that I should have said. She told me she forgave me. She lived with us almost 8 years, and one thing is clear to me. Mom prioritized love. She minimized the faults in people, especially me. She chose to love. We will all carry with us the memory of her loving touch. I got to be with her when she passed, and I held her dear little bony hands, which touched so many hundreds or thousands of people during her life and career. They seem so precious to me and to you, I'm sure. 2 days before she got sick, she was excited to tell me that she had a dream. She dreamed she was in a house with very tall, large rooms, and she said that it was so bright and sparkly clean, and Vicki was there, and it made her feel so good to be there. It made a big impression on her. I didn't think anything of it, but then she got sick, and now I think of it. Also, for several weeks, we had been trying to memorize scriptures, George and I, and she was having a little trouble with some that she already knew, like Psalm 23. She said to George and I used to know so many scriptures, but I can't say them anymore. Then, right before this sickness, she said to me that she was listening to praise on her phone at night, which she always did as she went to sleep. And she said, suddenly I remembered all those scriptures that I used to know, all the words. I thought, that's unlikely. Like I said, she wasn't sick, and I was just thinking she was being silly, but now I believe that God gave them back to her, all those scriptures that she knew. Blessed will be my children, and great will be the peace of my children, all those. I think he just gave it to her as a kiss before her departure. How he loves her. Our mom was a beautiful, undeniable picture of God's selfless love. Thank you, Mama. I love you. I love you dearly, and I'll see you soon.